Aren't I beautiful? You're adorable, baby. Now let me go so I can punch you in the stomach. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I want to play a Jeff the Killer dating sim called Fear Me. It's late at night when you leave work. It's a job hazard, as you work a full-time job, like any semi-functional adult in the world working in a movie store. At least it's entertaining, because you can watch all kinds of movies on the monitors. Oh yeah. It serves to pass the time on monotonous days. Even though the street is dark and lonely, you're not worried, because your apartment is a few blocks away. You just have to stay in the lit areas. It's not like you're that scared. Excuse me. A raspy voice comes from behind. Like, what? Hey, you wouldn't happen to be Jeff the Killer, would ya? No? Alright. He's a tall, thin man. He wears a mask, and his bangs cover his eyes, so you have no idea what his features look like. His presence is quite intimidating, but it was reassuring that he kept a certain distance. You dropped this. He extends his hand from outside his sweatshirt pocket, showing you your employee badge, which had your name on it. Gee, thanks. It says Espoir. It means hope in French. Like, hey, I sure do hope you're not Jeff the Killer. Oh, thank you. You saved me. You saved me, like, $30 from getting it replaced. You were genuinely grateful, but it's not like you wanted to be overly friendly with a stranger hiding their face in the middle of a silent night. It's suspicious, isn't it? But you give him the benefit of the doubt. You're welcome, Espoir. The way he said your name was kind of creepy. You just smiled politely before turning around and continuing on your way. You mean walking backwards? Keeping complete eye contact with totally not Jeff the Killer? After walking a bit, you stopped for a moment to turn around, but the stranger was no longer there. The way he had disappeared so quietly surprised you somewhat, but you downplayed it. It's not like he just grabs you into a convenient dark alley next to you. What? In the end, that's exactly what happened. Ah! You feel your back hit the wall hard after being pushed, feeling the cold metal blade on your left cheek. How dare you! Thanks for turning around. Being closer, you can hear the man's voice better. It sounded more inhuman than anything else, with a mixture of amusement and anxiety in his tone. Since he was taller than you, you had to look up to get a better look at him. His face was burnt, covered in reddish-gray sores on his white skin. His milky blue eyes were sunken into black lids, and he wore an exaggeratingly large smile. He was a strange combination of a certain dream demon from an 80s slasher movie and a well-known comic book villain about a millionaire who dresses up as a bat. He was ugly. Very ugly. Hi again, Espoir. Sup, Jeff? Sup, person who I totally don't know who you are. You know, it's really weird that this is only the second Jeff the Killer visual novel that I've played. I figured there'd be tons of them. He chuckled. Don't freak out just because a stranger took you into a dark alley. That seems to be the perfect excuse for, quote-unquote, freaking out. My name is Jeff, see? We're not strangers anymore. He held your shoulder gently with one hand, while with the other, he gently ran the metal blade of the knife over your skin, careful not to cut, at least, not yet. Sure. Espoir in the game, why aren't you elbowing him in the chin and then headbutting him in between the eyes? Jeff chuckled again, amused. He keeps his grip on your shoulder, but takes distance. Are you scared? Are you? Where's the are you? Remain silent. You look to the side, not knowing what to say. His face? Yes, you are very scared. Of dying? Jeff stumbles over his words. He stands over you, silently analyzing you. His face was strangely expressionless. You suppose because with a broken mouth like his, you're condemned to having the same expression permanently. Suddenly, you felt the grip on your neck begin to tighten, making it difficult for you to breathe. Instinctively, you raised your hands and wrapped them around Jeff's arm, your body's impulse to try and fight. Fear me!
No! Don't tell me what to do!
The claim sounded almost childish, despite coming from a threatening man. I do!
She lied.
You try to convey sincerity with your words, but it's difficult because of the pressure on your throat. The burning and jolting disorient you, and you hear a beeping sound. It takes a moment for you to realize that he hit you. You are sure your cheeks should look swollen from the tingling and the metallic taste in your mouth. Your lip had split. Jeff grabs your hair and lifts your head, scratching your scalp and forcing you to straighten up again. A new burning sensation invaded you, in the same place where you felt it was already hurting. Jeff had made a clean cut across your burning skin, causing you to whimper in pain. Aren't I beautiful? You're adorable, baby. Now let me go so I can punch you in the stomach. I mean, I wouldn't say beautiful, but I mean, your first impression was very rude, I gotta say. Well, yeah, you're okay. You're alright. You're okay. You're beautiful. Very handsome. You're perfect.
I wouldn't go that far.
Jeff chuckled, lowering the knife to your abdomen. I knew you'd fear me.
What?
Rude! You know what? I rescind that compliment. Jeff plunged the blade into your gut, the sting taking your breath away, but that didn't stop him. Okay, now you're just doing too much. Now you're being extra. He stabbed you again, and again, until he was satisfied. The exhaustion and pain were so intense, you couldn't keep your eyes open, but you could still hear. Just a waste of time. Death V. Just kidding, I know that says Death 5. 5? Alright, Jeff, first impression, kind of a dork. Alright, I rescind that compliment. No. Heck no. You look like something out of a freak show. You were deliberately exaggerating. Maybe that's how he deemed to put an end to the whole show he was putting on, but you didn't care anymore. Why aren't I headbutting him between the eyes? Like, bop! I bopped him. Jeff remained silent for a second, until you noticed his smile spread suddenly. He slowly leaned forward and licked your injured cheek.
Ew.
His breath hit your skin, warm and wet. The touch of his tongue burned your wound, making you hiss. You could accept him licking you. It was just him being weird. But him placing his knee between your legs to separate them made you feel cold. And then you bopped him. Between the eyes. I don't appreciate this, Jeff. What does plead mean? Please don't resist when I bop you on the forehead? Please don't hurt me. Jeff chuckled, lowering the knife to your abdomen. You better not. I knew you'd fear me. Jeff! This is exactly what I did not wish to happen! What a pain. Yeah, well, you're a butt. You're a big butt. Death. 6? Okay, what if I say, "Oh, Mr. Jeff the Killer, I am so scared." Jeff spreads his big smile. What's scary about me? Face, voice, you crazy? You gonna kill me? What's scary is how fast you're gonna have to call an ambulance for your son. Alright, his face is a little unsettling. It's a little unsettling. My face? You're not the only one who thinks that. Let's play a game. Play what? A simple tag game. Isn't it fun? What happens when I win? Alright, what happens if I win? I'll let you go. That's what you'd like me to say. All right. I'll chase you. Jeff stumbles over his words. He stands over you, analyzing you. Hey. Hey, sweetie. What you gonna do? Okay. Great. Jeff lets go of you and takes a couple of steps back. I'll give you a 10-second head start. 1. You didn't hesitate and ran towards the alley exit. Your legs were shaking, but you forced them to keep going. 2, 4, 6. Hey! The bastard is counting wrong. Hey! You leave the alley. You skid in your haste. You almost fall, but the adrenaline keeps you going no matter what. Go right, go left, save your game. Let's go right. You're heading back to the movie store, but maybe you can take shelter and call for help. You reach the door and take the keys out of your pocket. You search for the right key with your trembling fingers, but you grow increasingly desperate. You find the matching key and try to put it into the slot. You're it! You can't think of anything the moment you hear that mocking whisper in your ear. Ah! Rude! You're pushed against the glass of the door and feel a painful pressure on your side. Cough! You choke on your own blood. You struggle to breathe. I thought it would be more fun. What a waste of time. Hey, you're the one who wasn't counting right. If you want to have fun in the game, you gotta play by the rules. Gosh darn it. You can't formulate any thoughts as the pressure on your side is released, but instead of making things better, they make things worse. You feel like you're being let go, but your legs are losing strength. You slide against the door until you reach the floor, feeling a pond of blood form beneath you, drained from where you were stabbed. You think Jeff's still talking, but you can't hear him. Your consciousness is fading. You're exhausted. Your eyes are heavy. You better not tell me to go to sleep, Jeff. I'll come back, bop you on the head, and call you cringe. Death? Just kidding, I know that says death too. Alright, fine. What if we go left? If you can get home, you'll be safe. You run forward without looking back, the cold air piercing your lungs as you hear your heartbeat in your ears. Just a little bit more. A heavy weight falls on you and leaves you pinned on the ground. Ah, that was fun. You freeze at the sound of this madman's voice, then shake yourself in hopes of getting him off you. Tisk, tisk, be a good loser, Espoir.
No!
Wait, you cheated. You didn't count right. That doesn't really matter.
It totally matters. Am I the only one around here who gives a about the rules?
Am I the only one who cares about the rules around here? He pulls your hair to force your head up, which elicits a groan of pain from you. The cold, hard edge of the knife blade presses against your exposed neck. But we played like you wanted. Please. Sneers. Ha! This was refreshing, but I'm bored. The blade slid from one end of your neck to the other. Rude! Blood gushes from your throat in a big gush. Your eyes blurred, and the muscles in your neck weakened. The grip on your hair was released, and your head fell like dead weight into the pond of blood that was still gathering. Rude? You couldn't see anything, but you heard the sound of his footsteps walking away. Death 3. Yay! Ooh, your voice is so scary, Jeff. No one said that before. You're funny. Let's play a game. What if I say no? Nah, music changed. His eyes become bloodshot. His teeth grind together, creating a screech that sends shivers down your spine. Okay, that right there, that would that would rustle my jimmies. that would shake up my biscuits. You ungrateful. His voice becomes deep and raspy, shaking with rage. You're about to take back what you said and calm him down. No, I said what I said. But it's too late. When you feel a sudden pressure on your chin, piercing your skin and muscles until it passes through your tongue. Rude. You choke on the blood pouring from your mouth, the sharp pain clouding your mind and vision. I give you a choice, and you waste it! He screams, shrilly, pushing the blade of his knife further into you, until you feel the metal reach the roof of your mouth. Your senses slowly fade, until you feel nothing more. Death 4. Jeff, you seem upset. Oh, you're so crazy, Mr. the Killer. How rude. His voice sounded more amused than offended. I like it when they fight. Let's play a game.
No.
Well, I'm scared because you look like you're gonna end my life, sir. Ding, 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 we have a winner. You're funny. Let's play a game. Let me guess. Is it a game that I'm going to lose no matter which way I go? Oh, all right. What if I tease him a little bit? Since you have your knee so precariously between my legs. Was that supposed to be sexy? Jeff placed his palm on your shoulder and pushed you hard against the wall again and again, until he apparently grew tired. What? You mad? You mad, bro? That was totally cringe, brah. You gritted your teeth tightly from the pain of hitting the brick wall, and when Jeff stopped, you sighed with relief, although with more pain than before. Ow, my back. Why? Jeff craned his neck to look down at you, the edges of his eyes red with fury. You mad? You mad, bro? Don't you fear me? I do. So why don't you plead? He growled through his teeth, leaning forward a little. You swallowed with difficulty, feeling his breath on your face. I just imagine his breath must be rank. How can you brush your teeth with your mouth all open like that? Ugh. Will you kill me if I plead? Let's see, I think the answer is yes. Jeff stopped smiling completely. Somehow. Figuratively speaking, because he physically couldn't stop smiling. You want to die? Wouldn't be the first time in a visual novel, fictionally. His eyes flickered with rage, and he pressed hard on the bone beneath the skin of your shoulder, making you squeal in pain. That didn't seem to be enough for him. No. Jeff mumbled through his teeth, holding your chin to lift your face to face him. You swallowed, intimidated by the closeness, forced to make eye contact with that deranged, contradictory man who wanted to kill you. But not now. What's his problem? Well, you see, a long time ago, him and his brother were being picked on by some bullies when they moved into this new place, and then there was bleach, and there was a birthday party, and then one of the kids had a gun, I think, and his brother got taken to prison, and he cut... But then, an idea seemed to come to Jeff's head from the way his face lit up, and his smile spread. Let's play a game, Espoir. Is a game I'm not going to be able to win, Jeff? Jeff smiled so wide it stretched his scar, leaving his lips taut. He enclosed your neck between his fingers and pressed you against the wall again, this time squeezing hard enough that it hurt and you couldn't move. Then he raised the knife, but not to the height he usually used for stabbing, but rather he brought the tip slowly closer to your face, at the level of your left eye. Jeff, I don't know if you know the rules around here, but nobody messes with my peepers. All of this is fictionally fair game, but you leave my eyes out of this. You're gonna go on my poop list. You mess with my eyes, Jeff. I'm going to chase you. Every time I catch you, I'll hurt you. And every time you avoid me, I'll back off. Jeff's eyes were trembling, almost white, like two spotlights in the middle of the darkness. But wait! You lost the first turn, Jeff dictated, pushing his hand. Ah! Alright, that's it. You're on my poop list. The blade was buried in the corner of your eye, almost grazing the edge of your eyelid. Ah! Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me! Blood splurted out like a small waterfall, and with the sudden jolt of your body as you screamed shrilly in pain, blood began to splatter. Jeff laughed, satisfied with the reaction, and buried the blade deeper, sinking it into the soft flesh of your eyeball. Don't mess with my eyes! Ack! You choked on your saliva, almost vomiting from the unbearable pain. Your hands swatted at Jeff's chest, but they didn't budge him an inch. Jeff took the knife handle violently, moving it, still buried in the eye. Wouldn't that kill me? Wouldn't that be game over? Ah! Rude! He shook the knife a little more and pulled, managing to remove the eyeball still connected to the veins. What's going on? Is someone there? Like heavenly bells, you managed to hear other people's voices coming from the side, but you no longer had the strength to stand. Ooh, Jeff, I'm gonna tell Slenderman on you. You collapse on the floor, your left eye socket bleeding from being gouged out. Your vision was blurred and damaged. There was no way to trust what you saw. You could only focus on what you were hearing. Remember our game, Espoir, Jeff murmured softly, his deep, raspy voice echoing from behind. You managed to feel the footsteps of several people heading in your direction, so you gave in to the tiredness and pain. Rude! This is an ongoing project. This was a demo, so the final version will be different. Thanks for playing. Yay! Rude. Absolutely, incredibly disrespectful. I mean, yeah, he has a knife, but if I get mad enough, I could probably take him. That wasn't very cute of you, Jeff. That wasn't very kawaii. But that was the Jeff the Killer demo, Fear Me. And as you can tell, it gets pretty violent. So viewer and player discretion is advised. I really hope there's a route where you just body Jeff. Like, who do you think you are, sir? I mean, yeah, you're a foot taller than me, but still, I'll take you down. But if you're a Jeff the Killer enjoyer, let me know what you think about this game in the comments. And if you would like to see more visual novels where I narrowly escape, or don't escape, a crazy fictional character, feel free to peruse my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, as we're trying to make it to 100,000 subscribers. Well, for now, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.